Welcome to Missouri Chamber Direct. I'm Karen Bushman. Missouri lawmakers returned from their spring break ready to work on improving Missouri's tax system. In a joint press conference, House and Senate members said they would seek to pass several important tax bills. The proposals would stop the Missouri Department of Revenue from unfairly targeting certain businesses in an effort to increase state revenues.
There are various pieces of legislation which are necessary because the Department of Revenue has continued to seek new methods for generating revenue by treating Missouri families and businesses unfairly. This is not based upon legislation we passed, but rather it's based upon new interpretations of existing law, which are made solely for the purpose of trying to collect revenue that's never been traditionally collected by the Department of Revenue. Too often we see government bureaucrats run rampant over the rights of Missouri taxpayers. The Missouri House and Senate are ready and willing to stand up to these overreaches.
It has become evident that the department has clearly focused on changing definitions and policies to raise revenue. It is my belief that came from a directive from the governor, and I believe that it's our obligation as the representatives of the people to push back when government overreaches. We must not allow them to continue to change policies to raise taxes and raise revenue.
Read more about the bills at mochamber.com. In other news, a Senate committee has unanimously approved a partial fix to Missouri's looming transportation funding shortfall. The proposal would increase the state's fuel tax from 17.3 cents per gallon to 23.3 cents, then annually raise the fuel tax for inflation. During testimony on the bill, the state's trucking industry said they supported the tax increase.
We are in favor of this Senate Bill 540, and we right now on a weekly basis we pay $3,000 in federal and state motor and fuel on a weekly basis with a fleet of 30 trucks. So we are be more than happy to pay more to fix our roads correctly. So we are definitely in favor of it.
The road funding bill now goes to the Senate floor for debate. Finally, the Missouri Senate has approved a bill to create a prescription drug monitoring program. Missouri is the only state without this program, which helps police crack down on prescription drug abuse. During the debate, senators tried to ease concerns about privacy by amending the bill so that prescription records would be deleted after 180 days.
You know, law enforcement needs enough time to gather enough data to bring a case. Like any law enforcement agency, they need to have the time to have a string of data to show that there is a probable cause.
I like your amendment at 90 days because I think the data should be purged. However, the practical reality is that may not be enough time for those who are abusing the system to actually be discovered in the process. So this 180 days is a compromise that we had talked about on the first day of perfection, and I agreed to offer the 180 days as an amendment to your 90 days in that attempt to find some compromise.
The Missouri Chamber supports the effort to create a prescription drug monitoring program. That's all for this week's Missouri Chamber Direct. For all the latest news, visit mochamber.com.